Hi and welcome back to the Real Chocolate Experience with Seed+Oat. This is our final meal of our chocolate series and we've hoped you've enjoyed them all so far.
We've left the best to last. Now this is how chocolate should be made, with real ingredients. This is where, you know, when you hear of like chocolate is good for you, well it is, and this is why, because we have real cacao butter, we have raw cacao, we're using an unrefined sugar. What else do we have?
Some coconut oil.
Yes.
A little bit of vanilla extract and just a pinch of salt to pop through. And what we're thinking of doing to our chocolate bars today is adding a little bit of peppermint essence. And there's lots of ways that you can make your chocolate flavoured a little bit differently, and that's going to be our little spin on today.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing that we're doing is using our products to really make these chocolates come to life.
Okay, to get started on our cocoa butter bars, we're going to start with molds. It doesn't really matter what sort of mold you use, but these silicone ones
and they look so cute.
They are really cute and they're just so easy to pop them out afterwards. So whatever you got at home, that's going to be absolutely fine. I'm firstly going to get Mel to start by mixing in our maple syrup, which is 6 tablespoons, a teaspoon of our vanilla and a good pinch of salt. Oh, we've been a little messy, that's okay. And then once we've mixed all of that together, we're going to use our cocoa butter, and we need to do it in a double boiler. So that just means using a small saucepan with a little bit of water in the bottom, and a glass bowl is great. And just something that's a lot larger so it can sit on top, and you can just have the water simmering underneath just to get it melted down. Okay, so now that the water's come to a simmer underneath, you don't really want it to be boiling too rapidly. It's meant to be a slow process. We're actually going to put the cocoa butter in. And once it's completely melted, then we're going to add our coconut oil, and we're going to put a little bit of peppermint extract in there today. So we've finished using the double boiler. Everything's melted down. Mel's going to add
the maple mixture. I'm going to not spill it this time.
We'll just give it a good stir, and then our final stage before we pour it into our molds is to make sure you really sift the raw cacao through a fine sieve, just to make sure there's no lumps. And you can use a spatula when you're mixing it through, or you may even want to get a whisk, and it's about really making sure that you've mixed it really, really well so it's super smooth.
This is the best bit.
You should see this. It's so shiny and glossy. It looks incredible, and the smell is amazing. And just from putting that little bit of peppermint extract in there, it's going to taste so delish.
Yes.
But there's a few tips and tricks with the molds. You could just pour it in and then decorate the top side, or you can always sprinkle in some little options just to make it a bit colourful, a little bit fun. And if you're really wanting to keep things clean, there's so many options now.
Yes.
Yeah, like I don't know, what would be your favourite?
Oh, I'd have to do hazelnut or pistachio. This is so cool because you can create your own little mixture. Pistachio, seed cycle, some oats.
Yeah. And I actually toasted some of the Remedy oats just in the oven with a little bit of coconut oil and a little bit of rice malt syrup, and just to get a little bit of colour in it. And I put some through some of my chocolate bars that I've made before and just added some of Mel's seeds and some nuts, or even some freeze-dried raspberry, that little bit of that pop of flavour in between the chocolate. So delicious. So we're going to give you a few ideas, we'll show you some tips and tricks, but remember, no rules, do whatever makes you happy. That's what chocolate's all about.
And I was going to say, this is great to get the kids involved as well, so they can create their own little chocolate bar.
It will be messy, but it'll be worth it. They'll love it.
this mold into the fridge to set. How long do you usually pop it in the fridge?
Actually overnight, yeah. It does take a while, which is a long wait when you're looking forward to a little treat. But it's definitely worth making sure that they're set properly. But then in saying that, if you're using a mold that isn't very deep, it might only take a couple, like 4 or 5 hours, and it could be set.
Yeah. And then this is the final product. They look so delicious. I can imagine these being packaged up and given as gifts as well.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely could put them in some little cellophane bags or, you know, glass jars, stand them all up inside it and give it to someone. Yeah.
Once you've made chocolate like this yourself, you realize like this is how chocolate was meant to be made, and it's really using all those beautiful real ingredients. And trust me, you're not going to want to buy crappy chocolate again after this.
And actually, we'd love to hear how you go making this recipe and what your thoughts are, and just the flavour. We'd love to hear what you think about the flavour. So please, you know, put a comment in. We'd love to hear from any of you.
So we hope that you have enjoyed the real chocolate experience, and again, thank you for all your support. We look forward to coming up with a new series.
Yes, look, well, we kind of have already got some ideas.
We've got lots of ideas.
But I think that we're going to steer away from our beautiful sweets, and it could be something a little bit more savoury.
Bye.
Thanks again. Bye.